You're looking at a sharecropper's son. You're kind of young, but you may or may not know about sharecroppers. So that just means I've been farming since I was a child with my parents, and now I'm doing it for myself. It was at a time when a great amount of cotton is still growing in South Carolina, but at that time it was high volume. And I think if you check, you'll find in the heyday of cotton in South Carolina was close to the richest state in the United States, and majorly because of that cotton. So, and of course, part of that time I was a high school student, so I was able to see all this close up and kind of match it with the agricultural studies. If you see the sign behind me on the wall, it has an NFA sticker there, logo. That's the New Farmers of America. The New Farmers of America is a counterpart of the Future Farms of America. The only difference, Future Farmers of America at that time was only white students. New Farmers of America was all African Americans. So I was in agriculture for 4 years at Findlay High School here in Chester. And if I was to look at all the studies I did in my 78 years, that study in agriculture at Findlay took the most effective on me. I'm afraid I just about went across the board. At that time, the major mode of transporting stuff would have been a mule and a wagon. So I had to learn how to, not to drive a truck, but to drive that mule and wagon. And to turn the soil, one of the major pieces of equipment would have been a turn plow, and that turn plow was pulled by a mule.
We lived in Blackstock. We lived on the farm. I had for 67 acres of land that my great-grandfather bought for $300 in April of 1863. And yes, we lived on the farm. We raised cotton, corn, sweet potatoes, peanuts, things like that. And we had cows. We milked the cows. At that time, Bording's Milk Company was right here on Saluda Street. So we milked the cows and we put the cans out on the road every day. And the truck came along, picked it up, brought the milk to Chester. And every 2 weeks we would get a paycheck. Then when I got ready to go to college, back then in the 50s, room, board, and tuition for 9 months was only $650. So we either sold 2 or 3 cows, or we sold a few loads of pulpwood. I had my tuition for a year. And when I needed money, well, at Johnson C. Smith on Saturday and Sundays, I worked at the 4th Street car wash for the big sum of 60 cents an hour. We worked from 8 to 6 on Saturdays. Social Security was only 2% at the time. So at 6 o'clock on Saturday, I got a paycheck of $5.88 because they took 12 cents out for Social Security. And on Sundays, we would go back there and work from 8:30 until 1 o'clock. So that gave me my money for spending money while I was in college. Well, daily routine, about to get up, you had to first go milk those cows, take them out to pasture, take the milk back in, strain it, put it in the cooler until time to take it to the side of the road. During farming season, we had to do a little plowing, hoeing cotton, picking cotton. I never did pick 100 pounds in my life.